Hello everyone, I'm Mr. Loy, your friendly DAP teacher. So proceeding on from your stage C to E, I'm going to focus on the development of the idea from page 9 onwards, and of course to build quick mock-ups, alright, for designing, and so that you will understand why we need mock-ups before we actually go to the workshop and make the practical prototype. And of course, moving on, what are the other stages? So by now you would have reached beyond page 8. So for example, this is my chosen idea. You can move on to page 9 or 9P. 9P will be for the tall designs, that means the animal standing up or facing frontal. Okay, if your design is more or less tall, then you can use page 9P and 10P. So for me, I'll use page 9 and page 10. So as you can see on page 9, you're supposed to choose your idea and develop it into a holder with at most 3 key tag hooks. So basically for my design, I'm thinking of having one hook here, the second one, and the third one, when I first consider page 9, it will be an extension at the end. Okay, so I add other features like a hole here. Maybe you can take it as a fidget spinner, I don't know. And there are small hole positions for installation of the L hook against the wall. Now further considerations maybe from page 10 onwards could be standalone. That means this design can actually stand on the flat surface such as a tabletop. So having looked at this is the eye of the so-called creature or animal, and I asked a question, LED at the eye position. So on page 10, as you develop, you realize that there's a new thing here called the light emitting diode. So basically it's like your primary school that you experiment with filament light bulb, simple connection with electricity, the knowledge of electricity, and then you will be able to find where you want your LED to be. So for my group, basically you have to appreciate what a LED is and how it works, how the circuitry works. So I went on to page 13. Some of your teachers may have gone to page 13, performance task, and we draw the little bit of a circuit diagram here. So for certain classes, alright, you need to take note that the symbol of the LED will have a pair of arrows coming out depicting light emitting from it, coming out from it. So basically when you press on the membrane switch, your two LEDs in parallel connection should light up like so. Okay, so with the knowledge of how the wiring is done, the power supply, where the switch might be, you have better understanding of how to position your LED and the circuitry behind it on page 10. Right, so page 11 onwards, like page 11 and 12, requires you to make a quick mock-up for designing. So you can see that my mock-up is here, where I also make the so-called J hooks 1, 2 and 3 here. KT stands for key tag. So as stated on page 10, you can see my original third hook is an extension. So when I develop here, you realize that I shortened the body and I built the hook inside my original piece of acrylic, so it's easier for me to work on. So this is an example of quick mock-ups for designing. You can change certain modifications to your main design as desired. So before you paste it, meaning the mock-up, on the back of page 11, alright, you will need this cutout, and of course your teacher will issue you a piece of acrylic. So what you do is you actually rest against it and you trace out the outline. As such, it looks like this. You can mark out the positions of the holes for the LED, and I have a large hole here. So you can see the difference is my modification is done here, alright, the tail part. Of course I can thin it a little bit and you're ready for practical. So this video ends here.